What's going on, everybody? In this week's lesson, we are going to check out and play some funk guitar. Now, one of my favorite funk guitar players is Cory Wong, so I want to give you some insights into maybe some of his playing style and just overall rhythm funk guitar playing style. I know that's not something we've gone into on this channel, but you might not know it, but I'm a big funk fan, right? Cory Wong, Mark Lettieri, Osnoy, all those guys are phenomenal players and really fun to play. All right, so let's jump into some funk guitar, right? One of the things that Cory Wong is kind of known for is the right hand, right? He's kind of like the James Hetfield of funk, but he's not downstroking everything. He's just got this vicious, sense of time and awareness and groove, and that's kind of what we want to go after here. So the first thing we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about some 16th note strum patterns, and then we're also going to talk about some left hand muting that goes along with it, right? We'll talk a little bit about some single line stuff, something like Bluebird. Super fun riff to play, so we'll kind of dig into that single note line, percussive kind of stuff as well, okay? So let's jump in. I'm in standard tuning, so we're going to talk about right hand and 16th note strumming first. Okay, so we have 16th notes, groups of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very straightforward. Right? So we need to get that comfortable, and with our left hand, we're going to start incorporating that muting right away and just lightly, don't press, lightly cover the strings, and you get a nice dead note sound. Find a tempo that's comfortable and easy for you and just start from there, okay? One cool thing that you can do to this is you can put an accent on the 2 and the 4 like a drum beat. You're accenting your own backbeat, right? So instead of, we could turn that into, right? It's subtle, but when you constantly put that into your groove, it really translates well, okay? Another thing that's kind of tied into the strumming is a shuffle feel, and we're not gonna get into that too much in this lesson, mainly because we're gonna focus on the straight 16th note strumming, but it is essential to start incorporating and working on if you are not familiar with it, right? Think of Rosanna, the song from Toto, right? It opens up with that great pretty shuffle drum beat, boom, 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 right? Getting that shuffle swing feel into your playing is super important, okay? Cool, so let's talk a little bit about chords and some accent patterns, and then we'll break down some basic funk rhythms and some, Cory Wong rhythms as well, all right? So this is the stereotypical funk chord, this thing, right? It's a minor 7 flat 5. Really though, it's kind of like a rootless dominant chord, all right? Again, not really getting into that today. This is your chord. 4, slap your ring finger down, 5, 5, 5. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is just put that on the downbeat. Right? We really want to get off of it quick, but we want to keep our hands pressure applied onto those strings. Now, you'll see Cory Wong wrap his thumb around a lot, get a lot of extra dead notes, really control over what he wants to play. Personally, I think this is the most uncomfortable thing in the world. It makes me want to smash my guitar over your face. So I don't do this ever. If you do it, you rock it. I can't do it. I will never be like Cory Wong. All right? So we're just... Now, once that gets comfortable, we have our 16th notes, which are groups of 4, and we can shift it from the downbeat to the second one, to the third one, or to the fourth one. And in musical terms, that'd be the 1, the E, the end, or the if we're counting 16th notes, 1, E, and like that. So we can go 1, E, and right? Then we can put it on the E, right? 1, E, and 1, E, and very syncopated because we're accenting a weak beat. We can go to the upbeat, 1, E, and and then we can put it on the last one. 1E and up. Right? Being able to kind of go through all of them, maybe a measure on each. So now let's look at some basic funk rhythms. These are just a basic funk rhythm, right? And I like to think of this as a riff, right? And we can play chords, minor chords, the same chord I've already showed you. Now, I don't want to get we're not getting into chords here, but if you want to explore some good funk chords, triads and drop 2 voicings. Perfection for this kind of stuff, all right? So what we want to do is this is going to be our Funk 101 rhythm. That's our funk rhythm, right? So we're basically going chord, 2 dead notes, chord, 2 dead notes. We do that 4 times. And then I do a 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And if I speed that up, nice groove. You can even add some phrasing, some personality. Have some fun with it, right? So that's your kind of basic funk rhythm, right? So now let's take Cory Wong and a typical Cory Wong rhythm that you might see him play. There's a great video of him around, and he's just strumming all kinds of crazy stuff. And one of the things you'll see him do, he'll play this chord, but he'll slide into it. Right? Really fun groove, and it's almost a combination of just a variation of what we've already covered, right? So we're really just right, dotted 8th note to a 16th note at the end, some percussive notes. And now we're gonna sidestep, half step below, back up to it, right? So we're on 12, 13, 13, 13, and then the half step would be 11, 10, 12, 12, 12, right? And then while we make that quick movement, we want to play those upstroke dead notes, those percussive notes. Now, I want to note that you don't always include the percussive notes. You don't have to, but you need to be able to put them there when it calls for it, all right? So this is just good practice. Right? And then Cory Wong would take that to like super tempos. Right? Just like a motorboat. His own words, like a motorboat. Right? Cool. So let's talk about some single note things, right? Bluebird is a really fun riff to play. I played it at the intro, right? You're basically very pentatonic, majory kind of sound. He's over this B flat chord, playing B flat here on 6. You can also play it on 1. I like the sound of this note better than this note, but I understand if you like this one because it's kind of easier and it falls into place, right? So you have this kind of there's a lot of little dead notes in between all that kind of stuff. Right, if that's our opening melody, 3, 5, 7 on the G string. Right, there's dead notes in there. It's really fun to play, but it's kind of tricky to get those in there. So one of the things that we can do is maybe play a pentatonic scale and put in dead notes. We can do every other note, just like that kind of helps get that feel and control over the sound. We could also do the basic funk rhythm that we did before, right? Right, you can incorporate all of those rhythmic variations that we did before while strumming into the single note kind of stuff. And that kind of helps get these ideas. So he's really just playing B flat major. This is B flat 3, 3, 5, 7. Very pentatonic, right? We can think G minor pentatonic because that's actually the descending run. Right down the scale. Super simple, but it's really fun to play. Super fun. And there you go. Some insights on how to play like Cory Wong and how to get your funk rhythm chops up to snuff. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I love this style. I'll be happy to do more of it if you guys dig it. All right, down in the description below, you can find links for the tabs. And as always, let me know what you come up with. So until then, I'll see you next time. Thanks a lot.